The best way of creating jobs is by enabling the private sector to do business easily, to do what it does best.
Nigeria well on the way to bringing down the unemployment figures. 9th Presidential Business Forum opens in Abuja. Economic leaders converge on Bali, Indonesia to push for a better global economy and closer economic ties. National Assembly set to reconvene on Tuesday. Anticipation high on how issues will play out. And veteran comedian Baba Salah goes home. A warm welcome to NTA Network News. I'm Joseph Johnson. Reading with me tonight is Dotun Oguyemi in Lagos, Ogochukuka is in Benin, and Sadia Umar Digi is in Sokoto for us. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says government is on the right track to cracking the unemployment problem. The Vice President at the 9th Presidential Quarterly Business Forum in Abuja says the Buhari administration is investing heavily in infrastructure, solving the power problem and generally enhancing the business environment. State House correspondent Jido Nifade reports.
Job creation has been a priority of the administration, says Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, as he addresses participants at the Presidential Quarterly Business Forum.
The best way of creating jobs is by enabling the private sector to do business easily, to do what it does best, so that opportunities are created in agriculture, in the agro-allied industry, in services, in manufacturing, and in all the other areas that the private sector is dominant.
As he explains, the administration is working through the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council to improve the business environment and working on several sector-based schemes.
If we spend 1 trillion, trying to bail out the poor in this country, we'll make a massive difference. Not 5 trillion, 1 trillion. Every year, spend 1 trillion will make a massive difference. So those are the real issues. I think that when we talk about employment, we've got to look at scale. When we talk about job creation, we've got to look at scale. But we've got to address that bottom of the pyramid, because that's the largest number of our people.
Presentations by Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Okechukwu Enelama, and Afolabi Imokwede, as well as other top government officials, emphasize efforts of government. Observations were made by participants and solutions preferred.
There should be more attention to vocational education for sustainable development. All these areas that can really help the employment and production of this employment can be critically looked into.
So a lot of the issues that are raised here have to do with pointing out to government areas in which people need assistance, areas in which people appreciate what government has done, areas in which people make suggestions.
Thank you to all of the State House. It's Gideon Ifade, NTA News.
Now, Nigeria is joining economic leaders at the annual meeting of the World Bank and IMF in Bali to forge ties and build conversations geared towards improving the global economy. With the meeting set to take off, finance and economy correspondent Leah Katun Babatunde in Bali brings an update on expectations.
The Republic of Indonesia is home to the largest island in the world. It has a population of about 231 million people. Now, Bali is the tourism headquarters of Indonesia, and it is playing host to 189 finance ministers from around the world and 189 central bank governors also from around the world. Now, they're coming with a combined delegation expected to reach about 34,000 people. The Indonesian Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Mr. Rudiantara, tells of the implications of this convergence on Bali to the local economy and the global economy as well.
Immediate impact is to the economic for the Bali people. So because you can imagine 34,000 people get here, they will spend money, at least for the hotels, for restaurants, for transportation, etc.
These annual meetings of the World Bank and IMF is one of those being held outside Washington, D.C. And this is because the meeting moves out of D.C. every 3 years to a member participating nation. At the head of the Nigerian delegation is the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed. She will be accompanied by her counterpart from the Budget and Planning Ministry, Udoma, who will be here to share experience also and sell the idea of the ERGP to the world. Nigeria is representing all English-speaking countries on Africa, and also on the delegation will be the Governor of the Central Bank, Godwin Emefiele, who will be heading the monetary team. From Nusa Dua, Bali, I'm Leah Katun, Baba Tunde.
Thank you, Leah. And back home, Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to review MTN's $8.1 billion repatriation directive as oil prices drop at international market. Moplang Dakok has details on business news.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. The $8.1 billion MTN Group Limited Repatriation Directive may be reviewed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The Governor, Godwin Emefiele, who gave this hint, said the telecommunications giants and other parties involved have presented the Apex Bank with more documents explaining their defense. He emphasized that Nigeria has a conducive business environment, inviting investors, particularly to international observers. The new development will ease the pressure on MTN and bring both parties to a considerate truce. Oil dropped to around $83 a barrel on Monday, pressured by expectations that some Iranian oil exports would keep flowing after the U.S. reimposed sanctions, easing a strain on supplies. Brent crude, the international benchmark, was down by $1.07 to $83.09 per barrel. It had hit a four-year high of $86.74 last week. It's a green day on the Nigerian stock market today as the market cancelled the previous losses to begin the week. The all-share index and market capitalization gained 0.19%. Transactions in the shares of Guarantee and FCMB topped the activity chart. Stanbic recorded the highest price gain of 42 naira 95 kobo per share. It was followed by Nigerian breweries and corn oil, while Presco, Etana, and ICO were the top worst performing stocks for the day. That's the package. I am Muplang Dakok.
The $200 million yearly budget for the Ogoni cleanup is almost ready, and actual remediation work begins by the end of this month. Minister of State Environment Ibrahim Jibril stated this during a visit by the British Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria, Larry Bufiels, to the Ministry of Environment. Mia Ogidi reports.
58 years after, Britain is still keeping check on our former colony, Nigeria, with a view of offering parental assistance and guidance in different sectors. With the pleasantries over, environmental issues took the center stage, and the increasing rate of plastic waste in the maritime sector, shredding of the forest space, leading discussions. Though global, the United Kingdom is concerned more on how Nigeria can address these issues as a Commonwealth member.
Towards climate adaptation in particular, but beyond climate, there are very many ways where we want to cooperate and support initiatives that are being driven by Nigeria.
This is the polluted Ogoni land in River State, needing $1 billion to regain itself. Fund that the federal government has approved to make available for the cleaning up since June 2016. With preliminary work concluded and 180 out of the 400 contractors successfully selected, October ending may witness the commencement of real work.
And as I'm talking today, that account has been credited with a sum of about $177 million. The balance of 23 is expected to come from the refineries. Our target is to get boots on the ground before the end of October.
In all these areas of partnership, the working out of a framework was agreed and technical committee constituted to this effect. Mia Ogidi, NTA News.
Let's turn our attention to the legislature because the Senate is set to reconvene after more than 3 months of its annual recess. The legislators are expected to give accelerated consideration to the executive communications pending in the Senate. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nko reports.
24th of July 2018, the Senate embarked on its annual recess to reconvene on the 25th of September 2018. But on the 23rd of September, the clerk to the National Assembly announced the postponement of the resumption to 9th of October to enable members round off their party primaries. Some vital issues were unattended to as a result of the adjournment, such as the 2018 supplementary budget to fund the 2018 general elections, request for the approval of some key appointments for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, and that of the Deputy Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria were also among the executive requests pending in the Senate. The strategic importance of some of these executive requests raised concerns from Nigerians who called on the National Assembly to cut short their recess and consider them. As a result, the National Assembly Joint Committee on INEC commenced to work on the INEC budget during the recess.
Then also the Electoral Act. Those issues will actually be presented to the floor of the Senate.
And I hope that we won't have any cause to fight in the National Assembly.
Unfortunately, the National Assembly will not carry out any legislative function on its first day of resumption in honor of one of its members in the House of Representatives, Funke Adedoyin, from Kwara State, who died during the recess.
Because of that, in line with the Parliamentary Convention, we are going to sit and adjourn immediately.
However, a major contending issue on resumption of the National Assembly is a change in party affiliation as it affects the leadership of the Assembly. Both leadership are now in the minority party. Therefore, decisions and resolutions are issues that is being put under close examination. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nko, NTA News.
A similar situation in the House of Representatives as it also prepares to resume plenary Tuesday in view of its leadership changing political calm during the long recess. National Assembly correspondent Lamiali says, just as in the Senate, this and others are issues which need urgent attention.
As legislative activities resume inside the Green Chambers, some key outstanding matters expected to be top on its agenda are the consideration and passage of the INEC budget for 2019 elections, the amended Electoral Act, as well as the supplementary appropriation bill.
The constitutionality or otherwise of the defection of the two presiding officers to the PDP is going to be in the front burner, and I think it's going to elicit a lot of debate from the members of both the Senate and the House of Representatives with a view to arriving at a decision that is tandem with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is the grand norm of the land.
All these, however, would likely be shifted as the House, in line with tradition, will observe a day of mourning in honor of Representative Olufunke Adedoyin, who died in September 2018 during recess. In the meantime, staff at the Rules and Business section were seen putting together documentations for the other paper preparatory to the resumption of plenary. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
We pause here for some messages, plenty more to bring you when we return, so stay with us.
Time to explore. Looks like a fun way to learn. Awesome! And this, I can learn a new language. We are music. to play an instrument too? Cool! Games everywhere! Wow! Freebies! Free data, WhatsApp, and birthday credit? I love it here. I'm never leaving.
Play, explore, and learn with MTN M-Pulse.
As we mark our 47th anniversary, the Industrial Training Fund expresses its profound appreciation to all our stakeholders, especially the federal government, the National Assembly, ministries, departments, and agencies, employers of labor, and the organized private sector. Your unwavering support individually and collectively has ensured that as we approach Golden Age, we are still relevant and contributing significantly to the development of national manpower and driving national policy goals that require human capacity intervention in line with the vision of the administration of the President, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. As we celebrate this landmark, we reaffirm our commitment to re-engineer and catalyze the Nigerian economy by providing cutting-edge interventions for our clients nationwide. Once again, thank you for standing by us. Announcer, Sir Joseph N. Ari, Director General and Chief Executive.
Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, in collaboration with Nigeria Labour Congress, Trade Union Congress, and the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, invite housing industry stakeholders and the general public to the groundbreaking ceremonies of the National Affordable Housing Delivery Program for Nigerian workers. States, locations, and dates are as follows. Nasarawa State, along the new Kwandare Kefi Road, Lafia, Wednesday, 10th October. Kogi State, Westland Use, Zone A1, Krosha, Lokoja, Thursday, 11th October. Enugu State, Plot B4, Edebela, Nsuka Local Government Area, Monday, 15th October. Abia State, along Uzoakoli Road, Ubani, Umuahia, Tuesday, 16th October. Akwa Ibom State, Ikoton to Nsit Local Government Area, Abak Road, Uyo, Thursday, 18th October. Time is 10 a.m. prompt. Pilot program features 2 states in each geopolitical zone in addition to 2 special sites, Lagos and Abuja. 100 housing units per state and location. Everyone deserves a home.
The tastiest blue band with vitamins A, D, E, B6, B12, folic acid, and niacin. So important for kids' growth and development.
You can tell they're from a blue band home.
Spread every slice and give your kids the vitamins they need.
Hello. Hi, Jenny. Can you supply 1,000 bottles of juice by noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, bye.
Hello?